Welcome back to the Stay Hungry podcast. Today we're talking TikTok ads, yes or no? Andy, TikTok ads.
The Chinese social media.
Along with Weibo and whatever else that was.
What was it? Is that Trump, the Chinese flu? Was that him? Probably was, wasn't it?
Asian flu. No, it was the Chinese flu.
Yeah, he refused to call it COVID. It's the Chinese flu.
Oh, yeah,
what a tit. Right, so Codebreak, we are digital marketing specialists, and everything we do to help clients is underpinned by digital advertising.
Yeah.
Facebook ads, LinkedIn ad, Google ads. But of course, what we're doing more and more for certain clients is we're using TikTok ads for them. So, end of 2021, Joel, TikTok users in the UK topped 13 million. There are 4 million active users, and they average 41 minutes a day on TikTok. So the eyeballs are there. So what would you say are the advantages of using TikTok ads?
I've got another one for you.
Oh, go on.
76% of all people who have TikTok installed on their phones find it's their most used app.
Bloody hell.
Scary, right? So
I've set one up now because my mentor has, because Gary Vee told him to.
Oh, they actually spoke?
Yeah. And
so that's why I've got one, because Gary Vee told me to.
I haven't posted yet. I just set it up yesterday.
Not face-to-face, I must add.
So I set it up 3 weeks ago, got pissed off within 10 minutes and deleted it, and I've set it up again, but I haven't posted yet.
Yeah, so I get quite a bit of traction on mine. I'll give people some background. And it's happened several times throughout history, and it will happen again, so don't fall into this trap. And even as marketing experts, we have. When Instagram came out, all people used Instagram for was to take pictures of their dinner. And a lot of people in business said, well, Instagram's not for business. All people do on there is take pictures of their dinner. And now Instagram is one of the leading social media platforms for business. Not strictly for business, but for business use.
So that's what Gary Vee said to my mentor, said Facebook started off for students.
Yes. TikTok, the initial rise in the Western world, is very, very different actually in Asia, but the initial rise in the Western world was genuinely people doing silly dances or pranks. And so I remember you and I having conversations saying, I'm never going on there. It's just for stupid dances and pranks. I think we had a chat that the day I reach 100,000 followers is the day I have to do a silly dance on TikTok. I've
got to be honest, I'm still not sure I'm going to use it, because it's working out whether it's better to focus on, say, 2 platforms which is generally speaking the advice we give to clients, or to be on more, because obviously there's no doubt about the number of eyeballs, and it's not just the youngsters using TikTok.
Yes. Anymore. So Gary Vee's argument, and it's interesting that your mentor has heard it from the horse's mouth, is basically it's still in its infancy. So if you're going to have a proper go at any social media channel, the opportunity is bigger with TikTok for you right now, organically, because if you consistently post 3 or 4 videos a day, over time you will build a following, because at the moment the algorithm's on your side, because they want to build that mass audience, because they're launching their ad platform. Now, if you can do that, it will, Gary Vee knows. He's done it on Facebook, he's done it on YouTube, he's done it on Twitter. But if you're, say, a medium-sized business, and you're not going to be able to produce the content to do that, like you say, it's much better to do 1 or 2 platforms well than to sit there worrying about what you're next going to post on TikTok.
So is that the algorithm at the moment? It's 3 to 4 videos. That's the sweet spot a day?
Yeah.
Shit.
And it's like the Wild West on there.
So that's like Twitter. The optimal posting frequency is, I think, 14 times a day at the moment.
Yeah, so Gary Vee's argument for all of these things is basically, if you haven't got enough content to do that, you're not working hard enough. And he's right. Of course he's right. We're recording a podcast right now. There's no reason this couldn't be broken up into 20, 30 pieces of content. but you've got to get someone to break it up into 20, 30 pieces, and then you've got to actually post it. So what he's saying is a lot, and particularly in his world, loads and loads of people approach him with no budget, but they want free advice. And he's like, well, if you've got no money, invest time. The only other thing you can invest is time. What we're coming on to is the fact that because so many people are doing that now, TikTok ads are going through the roof.
Right, okay. So do you think... So, I mean, price comparison, TikTok ads, is it the old trick, like, get them on board cheap? Is it, like, generally speaking, more affordable to run TikTok ads than, say, Facebook ads?
So, in my experience, currently it's about a quarter of the price of a Facebook. So, let's talk leads. If it was lead generation, it's about a quarter of the price of Facebook. Now, the targeting isn't as specific.
Okay.
So, the quality of the lead isn't necessarily, not, you can't be certain, but might not be as good. But because of the way you acquire the lead, you can dictate the quality of the lead through your content. So if your videos are hyper polished and very specifically talking to a certain demographic, that can do some of the targeting, as it could on Facebook, but the chances are you might be running an image ad or a text only ad on Facebook, where TikTok you have to run a video creative.
And so what kind of what kind of businesses do you think it... Well, actually, I guess a lot of people assume it's going to be, I don't know, say a bar, appealing to young people to come in and get pissed on a Friday night. What about, you think, some of the more dryly perceived business? Let's say you're an accountant or a solicitor.
Yeah.
TikTok ads, any good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
So it's like Facebook, because obviously most people we speak to still assume Facebook is B2C, whereas we've got Facebook ads rocking for the driest industries out there.
So a rule in marketing, a very unfollowed rule in marketing, would be if everyone else is doing it, do the opposite. And so if all your accountant friends are saying, oh, I don't do TikTok, TikTok's for silly dances and pictures of cakes. I don't know if you've seen Is It Cake? Hashtag Is It Cake.
No idea what you're talking about.
God, right. There's a world of reels and TikToks that will blow your mind. It's cake sculptures that look real.
Right.
So someone will be about to saw into their leg, and you'll be watching, and then as they slice through, it's a piece of Victoria sponge.
Okay.
Is It Cake?
Right, here's a quick interjection for you then. Now that you're sort of newish personally, even though you've been using it for business for a long time, if you're newish personally to TikTok, is it a rabbit hole that's sucking hours out of your day?
I've not gone over 10 minutes a day yet.
Okay. So it can be
on
done.
purpose.
Right.
I don't...
Are you finding it's getting addictive? Can you see what it's doing?
So, even though I've put my settings as business and self-improvement and yada, 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 it clearly has an opinion on what Western 34-year-old men want to see.
Right, okay.
And so, pretty much every time I fire up TikTok, I have to jump very quickly to my profile, because if my wife's within earshot, something X-rated appears. She's like, well, what the bloody hell are you looking at now? I was just going to see how many views I got on my TikTok.
Right. Oh, dear.
And that happens over and over again. And I can't seem to, even though now I'm actively searching Is It Cake and stuff to try and teach it that I'm interested in other things, it's not quite grasped it.
I mean, that's what just annoys me about TikTok. I know, obviously, being a business owner, you have to remove your personal feelings, but we know people who've young people who've almost grown up with TikTok, shall we say, and their attention span is so short now, they can't even watch half-an-hour television programmes. They're just too long.
Well, I was talking to someone this morning about it, but I've talked to someone at the weekend about it. So, Kevin Feige's formula for the Marvel films is to make sure that there's never more than a 2-minute period that passes without some action.
Blimey.
And when you watch them, something always happens every 2 minutes. Not necessarily an explosion, but something significant happens constantly. It's a barrage of action. And the conversation I was having is if you went back and watched, say, Predator or Commando from the 80s, which were action films, only about 10% of the whole film is action. And people couldn't cope with that today. They'd be understimulated.
That's why I was surprised that both my girls loved The Eternals. Because even I found that dragged. But somehow, they because it was about 2.5 hours long as well.
I really didn't enjoy it.
Well, no, I certainly wouldn't watch it again.
I like the post-credit sequence. That was the best bit.
What was that one?
Blade came.
Oh, no, I didn't hang around for that. I'd probably dying to get out of the cinema. Although, even though you can't put any credence into this, apparently some journalists have had super advanced screening of the new Top Gun.
Yeah.
And they say it's like the best film of the year. Which
Really?
Really. The action that you wouldn't believe and depth and all this kind of shit. But it's
How?
like, well, it's just Maverick, isn't it?
The goose isn't dead, is he?
No, I think he's very dead. He's like a skeleton at the bottom of the ocean now, isn't he? Oh, no, they pulled him out, didn't they?
I bet Goose is in it.
No, surely he'll be married. Maverick will be married to his widow. No?
Oh, and then Goose will come back. So like Pearl Harbor.
I haven't seen that.
No way.
Well, it was supposed to be long and shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know, but it was like the next big epic after Titanic, wasn't it? So everyone saw it.
Is that Ben Affleck?
Yeah, and Matt Damon.
Who's back with J-Lo now?
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
They're re-engaged.
Oh, lucky man. Are Brad Pitt and Thingy back together as well? Is that true?
Don't think so. Is
Jennifer Aniston?
that true?
I think so.
No way.
Yeah, there was that thing, some awards where they were clearly just looking through each other's eyes with just, that's love.
Love and abandon. What's this got to do with TikTok ads?
No idea. How do we get onto that?
Eternals.
Oh yeah, an attention span.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a big fear, which may sound like a real old fart, but maybe that's my reticence about TikTok. Hey, if it makes a client's boat go faster, I'm all for it. But so you're said about accountants, solicitors, still worth considering because not many other accountants and solicitors would like doing it.
Yeah, and
who can you target then?
well, anyone. That's the.
So what kind of targeting interests? Because you said it's not Facebook level.
So you obviously age, location, and then you can go after the hashtags that they spend the most time looking at.
Oh right, okay. Hashtag corporate law.
Yeah, loads.
Hashtag bean counters.
Yeah, if you're an accountant and you're looking for new clients, guess what? They're not looking at hashtag bean counters. But then it goes into, you could say, has commented on videos by, or has watched more than 10 minutes of videos by. So if, let's say, this would be funny if it's true, but let's say you're an accountant and you want someone who's interested in numbers. I don't know, maybe it's recruitment. Has watched more than 10 minutes of Carol Vorderman's TikTok.
Okay.
I mean, I did a physical signal then on a podcast. It's not ideal, but
okay. And same like, because obviously we always follow the money, so you create multiple variants and then follow which combination works the best. Is that the same?
Yeah, so you could run the same ad across 5 variants of targeting. Mm-hmm. So maybe you run one that's purely aimed at people that let's do accountants. So you run one that's purely aimed at people that do hashtag business growth, hashtag cash flow, hashtag zero, hashtag QuickBooks.
Right.
And then you might do another one that's purely aimed at people that interact with Carol Vorderman, and then you might do another one that's aimed at people who have watched lots of videos around the categories of business, commerce, e-commerce, and then compare.
Blimey. Okay, so here's one then. Who might TikTok ads not be right for?
Anyone who's not willing to commit to creating video content.
Okay.
Because that's your only option. And that doesn't have to be film footage. It doesn't have to be you talking to camera. It could be an animation. It could be slides. It could, but if you're not,
it involves effort.
Yeah, it involves effort. Exactly that. I guess it's no good for people who want to use it to predominantly target children or disadvantaged or whatever, because the algorithm's going to stop you from doing that. But there's ways around that, you know. Like, I think in the old days, toy adverts always showed when the kids' TV programs were on a Saturday morning or like a weekday night. Now advertisers are getting smarter around, right, okay, how do I target the parent to show them the benefit of this toy for their children type thing.
Okay, and what if I called you and said, all right, Joel, I want you to try running some TikTok ads for my business. UK-wide, I got £5 a day. What can you expect?
I'd ask you who your audience is. Really important. They will be on there, but is that the best place to spend your money? And then I'd ask you, why is your budget £5 a day? Because on any ad platform now, £5 a day won't go very far. And then I'd ask you, what are you looking to achieve? So is it traffic? Is it leads? Is it...
what are the main... Because obviously Facebook has multiple ad types.
Yeah.
Lead generation, conversion, traffic, brand awareness, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, there's loads. Traffic, lead gen, app download, lead magnet. There's...
what's a direct messaging? Is there a direct message option? It won't tie into WhatsApp, I presume. That's Facebook.
Yeah, it's within TikTok's own thing. You could receive a message, receive an inbox. And then there is retargeting, much like on the other platforms. So there's all sorts you can do, but £5 a day won't go far. But then, you know, if you're a sweet shop and you only want to target within 5 kilometres of your shop, I mean, it can't go that narrow, but £5 a day might actually be on TikTok, might be a smart move. Okay. One of the best accounts I've ever seen is an account that imports American sweets, and every one of his TikTok videos is him fulfilling an order. So he just gets a brown paper bag, puts whatever the person selected off the website into the brown paper bag, you watch him fill it, and then he puts it through this machine to bubble wrap it and pack it, and that's his TikTok. It's absolutely fascinating because of how quick he is, and like he talks through, oh, this one's gone for Jolly Ranchers and this one's gone for Dr. Pepper, you know, cream soda flavour or whatever. And it's just a really smart way of reinforcing the brand over and over again, where ultimately he's only filming what he'd have to do in a day anyway.
Blimey. That makes me sad. Does he get thousands of views?
Oh,
or hundreds, you're talking?
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
But again, you follow the money, don't you? I am aware I have these assumptions and preconceptions, and the attention things bothers me because I've got young children. But if it's to do with helping a client get more of the right kind of inquiries, qualified inquiries, then you've got to you've got to test and measure. So if people want to find out more about digital advertising that could include TikTok, what should they do?
Well, they should DM me or you, really. But yeah, I think, basically, hop into the Codebreak Club. It's our free online group, and ask the question, and one of our team will get in touch. Reach out to us. But ultimately, TikTok's not going away. It's an opportunity at the moment because the advertising costs are comparably low to other forms of digital advertising. The market within TikTok is maturing, so all those people who were 15 doing silly dances, I hate to tell you, they're like 25 now.
Yeah.
And there's just absolutely no way the Chinese state is going to let it fail. So it's always going to be up there with the big boys or girls. And if you've got an inkling that you should be doing it, you probably should. And it's a hard pill to swallow sometimes, but we've seen a lot of businesses in the last sort of 18 months maybe see their Facebook ad costs skyrocket because of algorithm changes and advertising changes, and then they've had to work really hard to get them back to a place where they want. And if someone like TikTok comes along and offers you the opportunity to reach a similar audience at a quarter of the price, sometimes it's going to be worth the punt.
Here's a question to wrap this podcast up though, Joel. I think I know the answer, but just to clarify to the listeners, do you need a TikTok account to run TikTok ads?
No.
Oh, magic.
So
That's that barrier down.
Codebreak, as it stands, doesn't have its own TikTok, but it does have a TikTok advertising account.
And we've got our own account manager, I believe.
We have got our own
Awesome.
account manager, yeah.
Awesome. Definitely get in touch then. So, ironically, if you want to join the Codebreak Club, the free community that Joel mentioned, it's on Facebook. So just go to Facebook and search the Codebreak Club group, and we'll let you in. And there's a mine of free information about digital advertising and more for you to consume. You want to get in touch, just drop us a DM.
Boom. You've been listening to the Stay Hungry podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, share, leave us a review. I'll love you forever. Visit andyandjoel.com if you want to know more about our coaching. We'd love to hear from you. Take care, everyone.